urban style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, well, at least you not DSP. And throughout the course of this video, I want y'all to pay close attention to how Phil is laying out this whole dynamic between him and Review Tech USA. Now, we know that Phil ragged on him, talked about him, popped shots, and even linked up with the Kino Casino to take out his pound of flesh against Review Tech, only to be perplexed later on when he tried his whole King Snake narrative and Review Tech didn't want to play ball. Well, it's because you treated him like he was disposable, Phil, and you never tried to make amends for what you did previously. So let's get into it.
Did I give RTU his chip back? No. If you haven't been following, maybe you're way behind. The whole idea way earlier this year was that I was going to do a stream with RTU, and it was supposed to be me and him teaming up to kind of review all the stuff that Kino Casino had been involved with me, and to expose them and show a bunch of stuff. He wanted none of it. He's an idiot.
He wanted none of it because it wasn't his idea. You said the whole idea, when really that was just a fantasy that you had, and you were hoping in your desperation that he would want to do it as much as you did. But part of you knew that he didn't. This is why you did not give him the whole picture when you invited him onto the show. But Review Tech was not interested in anything you had to say, Phil. It didn't matter how juicy those DMs would have been, even though they were a nothing burger. You did not make things right with him prior to asking for his assistance. So naturally, when he got there, he was going to want to get his.
He's literally like a blubbering moron, and he just didn't get it. I'm like, okay, this is like a big opportunity. Everyone's watching us. It's going to go viral. And he goes, Phil, why is your microphone pointing from up here? Aren't you aware that your microphone should be down there when you talk into it, that's a dynamic microphone? And I'm like, what? Like, I was actually, like, my mind was, like, rattled because it was so bizarre. Like, dude, we're on a stream right now, okay? Literally, this stream is being watched by tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
This guy is out of his mind. I doubt even now that hundreds of thousands of people have watched that stream. But furthermore, Phil, the part that you're missing in this whole scenario is that he didn't care about what you had going on because he was still offended by what you did. So in his mind, he was going to try to make things whole first. Now, had you used your brain and offered him that olive branch behind the scenes and then came to him with the whole King Snake thing, maybe he would have played ball. But you didn't even think about trying to massage that wound at all because you thought there would never be a point when you would ever need him again because you was riding high on your whole Kino Casino buff.
Why would you bring up a microphone position? Are you mentally deficient? Like, this is our opportunity from people you don't like, for the record, like people he actually detests who've been on his case for so many years, like 2 years straight, right? It's like, now's your chance. Now we can actually have this kind of like, you know, the enemy of my enemy isn't really my friend, but at least we can team up to do something that people will talk about and be interested in.
Well, Phil, y'all had unfinished business. And if you were a man, you should have anticipated that he would have had that type of energy. And the fact that you didn't tells me a lot about you, Phil. It doesn't matter what was in front of him because ultimately y'all had unresolved issues. So how could you then go into wanting him to be not even your peer, but be your sidekick in this whole expose the Kino Casino thing when you haven't even made things right with him? Something's wrong with you, dude.
And instead of having the intelligence, you know, even one spark, you'd think there'd be like one spark in the brain. There'd be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. This is a one-time thing. This will be cool. Instead, he goes, your microphone's in the wrong spot. And the moment he said that, I knew the whole thing was off.
Well, let's be real. Did RTU really need you as if you're providing some big platform for him so he can get back at his enemies? Like, who are you? Anybody who operates with you or rubs elbows with you are only serving to lose things. They're never going to gain anything. I mean, even when you talked about this with the whole Wings of Redemption thing, like you want to give him some rub based on what, Phil? You didn't even maintain it your damn self. So ultimately, Review Tech doesn't need you. He showed up there with confrontational energy. He was going to allow you to get out what you had to get out eventually because he knew that he couldn't come out hot out the gate because he wouldn't be able to get anything off. But trust and believe, he was looking at this as an opportunity to get back at you the entire time.
I was like, I'm not dealing with the level of intelligence that I thought I was. I thought this guy actually was semi-intelligent and that he would get it. He didn't understand a damn thing about what was going on. So at that point, I was like, I'm on my own. I'm going to have to try to. I wasn't planning on doing it on my own. I was thinking he would pick from a list of topics that I had there. We would discuss. I would give feedback, or background. And he would enjoy that. And we'd like go off of each other. And it would be like a good stream. Honestly, I thought it would actually put him in a good light. He wasn't ready for that.
You catch that? You see how he said, honestly, he thought it would have put him in a good light. A good light with who? And who's shining the light? Like, Phil, who do you think you are? Dr. Phil? Like, seriously, it doesn't matter how that would have went. Even if it went exactly how you claim you wanted it to go, it wouldn't have shown Review Tech in a better light. All that would have did is ramped up PPP and the Kino boys even more. And we know that y'all don't have the willpower or the creativity to go tit for tat with them. This is why y'all always feel like y'all got to team up in some big Avenger style situation to even say anything about them that's even worth talking about. Just cut it out.
He was ready for stupidity. He was ready for like armpit scratching and knuckle dragging and trying to hit two rocks together to start a spark. That's what the level of stuff he's doing. So he just didn't understand what we were doing.
No, I think he understood from the onset what your intentions were, but he was not going to allow you to play him like you. He was your flunky, like he was your sidekick, because Phil, again, you hadn't earned that. So why would this guy allow you to insult him over and over again? You go in Kino Casino, his known enemy for the longest time. You react with them to a video about him, all negative. You do this big old, I'm taking my chip back and you're never going to improve your life madness. And then in a fit of desperation, you run to him, scurrying and trying to figure out what you're going to do because people who you thought were your friends disowned you. And now you're running to him and you're confused about why he doesn't want to play ball. The real question is why would he, Phil? My God, use your damn brain.
So after that, I was like, well, that's it. Drop it. Done with that. Get it over with, which I did. If you didn't notice, that was it. After that, I was like, all right, we're done. Move on. Don't even, bother with any of the nonsense anymore. Just we do our own thing. We play games and we chill and we have fun. I'm not, no more drama for me. I tap out because if I literally can't get someone who literally, it's like, here is a delicious buffet of food, a gourmet feast. Here you go. And they're like, oh, no, what's that over there? Like, oh, my God. I can't help you. So
But he doesn't need your help. And he doesn't need you to take the lead on anything and take him by the hand and walk him somewhere, Phil. You can't even decide what video game you're going to play the next day. Why would he, in good faith, expect that you have this whole conspiracy lined out where you're going to expose them and yada, yada, yada? Phil, when you reached out to him, he already knew it was some bullshit. Because he's thinking to himself, why else would Phil reach out to me unless he's in dire straits? And in your desperation, you went to him hoping and praying that he would play ball, when the fact is you should have knew that he wouldn't.
Give up. I really did. That was the point where I just gave up. I was like, I'm enough. I'm not going to bother with this crap anymore. And then I just disassociated myself from it completely, and it worked, right? This year has been great. Like, enough of this nonsense.
So what Phil basically just said there is, I gave my best swing at trying to do drama content, and I'm simply not good at it. I can't figure out a way to sustain it for me to really make money off of it. So I'm just going to go back to begging. Crazy.
Yeah, see, everything you're telling me about RTU is all news to me, and I don't care. Like, seriously, like, he has an ASMR channel. He couldn't hack lolcow live. He got fired. I don't care. I know nothing about it. I literally, the last time I even knew about RTU was when he was on the show. That was it. I don't care about this man at all. I have no association, no care. Like, last possible thing I could care about in my life.
No, I've touched on this before. but I'll say it again because I feel like it's necessary. Some people think the opposite of love is hate, and it's not. The opposite of love is indifference, because when you love something, you think about it, and when you hate something, you think about it. But when it's indifferent to you, it doesn't even cross your mind. This guy is constantly talking about things he doesn't care about, that he knows nothing about, is not interested in, but then goes on to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes talking about it, and sometimes at great length, showcasing his knowledge about the subject matter he claims he knows nothing about. Phil, you know everything about review tech. This is why when Kino Casino offered you that whole, hey, come over here and co-react, right, to his documentary, you hopped all over it. Now, for years, you could have banged with him on your own, but it wasn't enough for you to do that, right? You had to get some buddies to do it first. At least he had the balls to come on to your podcast, even after everything you did with the Kino Casino. You at least got to give him that.
Follow up on a lot of stuff today. I have a few people who I'm waiting to hear back on. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna have too many guests today. I think we have one right now who's actually just messaged me and says I'm ready to come on. There's two maybes who are interested, and there was one long shot. So we'll see what happens.
Now we know now who that long shot was, right? We know now that he was in Asmongold's DMs, begging him endlessly for his attention, and it just never came to fruition, Bill. And what you need to do is let it go. It's not going to happen. You had your little time in the sun, and you fizzled it away. I mean, just look at this whole scenario. Look how sad this is. Inside of a month's time, you went from being platformed by Asmongold to having a Christmas marathon with Ethan Ralph, man. Like I said, man, you just can't make this stuff up. But this showcases the importance of apologizing to people, because it doesn't matter. You never know at some point when you might need somebody or when they might need you. And if it's something that wasn't overly malicious or something crazy that can be squashed, you probably should, man. Real talk. Because think about the stuff that pissed you off when you were in your 20s or teenage years. Now you look back at that stuff and it doesn't even blip on your radar. But Phil still has the mind of someone that's a teenager. This is why he holds grudges the way that he does. It's crazy. He treats people like they're disposable, then acts surprised when they don't want to play his games. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.